Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to talk today about why I admire Park Chung-Hee, still do. Park Chung-Hee is the reason Korea is called the Miracle on the Han River. He laid down the groundwork for South Korea being an economic powerhouse. Okay, when he made a deal with West Germany to send Korean nurses and miners to West Germany in exchange for foreign aid, and where a lot of the nurses and miners sent their checks back to their families in Korea, the nurses and miners' checks accounted for the checks. I'm not talking about the aid. The checks themselves accounted for 2% of South Korea's total GDP. Okay, around 1960, 1961, South Korea's per capita income was $79 per month. Okay, well, by 1979, South Korean exports exceeded the 1 billion. No, excuse me. By 1971, South Korean exports exceeded the $1 billion mark. Okay. Now, Park Chung-Hee dug up a lot of resources in the Jeolla province in Jeollanam-do, and distributed them throughout the country of Korea. So if I was from the Jeolla province, I would probably have a completely different opinion of them. So I don't really blame the people in the Jeolla province for disliking him as much as they do, because until Kim Dae-jung became president, the Gwangju Jeollanam-do region was way behind the rest of Korea. Kim Dae-jung helped develop the Jeolla province, bringing Kia Motors to the Jeolla province. Okay, so go back to Park Chung-Hee. Okay, even though while he was developing the economy, he didn't live very rich. He didn't use hardly any of his salary. He lived very modestly. He ate a bowl of rice for usually 3 meals a day, and he tried to conserve as much water in his home as possible so he wouldn't have an outrageous water bill, and I have to give him thumbs up for that. Okay, yes, he used excess force at times, and his daughter Park Chung-Hee, who's in jail now for breaking the law, his daughter Park Chung-Hee, though, did recognize his excess force, and she has apologized to the Korean people for that. But also, Park Chung-Hee, the reason getting the aid that he did from Japan was very, very unpopular amongst the Korean people at the time, but he was able to forgive Japan and get the aid and help develop the country. I don't know if a lot of other Korean leaders would have done that and had the guts to do it like he did. I don't think they would have. It was such an unpopular move. And the Vietnam War was an unpopular war at the time, but he sent troops to Vietnam, and that helped modernize South Korea's military, and the soldiers were paid by the U.S. government, so they were able to send their checks back to South Korea to further help develop the economy. And at that time, the Vietnam War was not very popular. So I think Park Chung-Hee is responsible for a lot of the economic superiority that South Korea has today. I think Kim Dae-jung's responsible in his own way as well. I'll do that in a different video, but I think Park Chung-Hee laid down the groundwork for it. Also, he saw the development in the countryside and saw what needed to be done, and the New Village program, Korea is translated Saemao, and that really worked as well. It got the Korean countryside to be a lot less poor than it was. Anyways, everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless them. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.